1, 2, 3.
Sexual. Okay. If you ever wanted to know what it was worth.
You gotta keep it going.
If you ever wondered what it was like to work here, you just found out. This nonsense goes on most of every day.
It's normal.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the Creator Series Aftershow. This is This is our third podcast, but we are talking about episode 4 of the Creator Series Aftershow. Welcome back. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed episode 4. It got a little heated.
It did.
We'll dig into that.
Down to the
Tensions
wire.
are high. Yeah.
It is getting down to the wire. Yep, emotions are high. There's a lot at stake. Yeah, there's a lot at stake here for these guys. It's $20,000 in cash and prizes to the winner. That's some pretty big prize money there.
We're halfway.
Yeah,
This is the halfway.
yeah. It was intense.
So
but
you guys should drop in the comments who you think is going to win, right?
that is true. Yes,
Right?
good call.
Should
Get
they
in the
do that?
comments.
Like,
Slide into the
comment.
comments.
Yeah, not the DMs, just the
No,
comments.
not the DMs. We've established that in
Yes.
episode 1. Don't slide into
There's
my
going to be a
DMs.
look every episode of
You'll
Alissa.
get cut by her. You don't want to get cut. But while Alyssa's cutting you, can we talk about my little Brooklyn hipster?
Yeah,
You
this
are
is
so
a
trendy.
gangster.
Right
I'm a Brooklyn hipster.
I got to be honest.
I'm
I
not
feel
even
like-
drinking scotch. I'm drinking beer.
I know. I feel like I don't even know you right now.
And
But I'm kind of
it's
turned
imported.
on.
It's imported. Yeah. Who'd have
It's,
thought?
it's the high button for me.
Oh,
High
yeah.
button. You got to go.
That'll do it.
You got to commit. You got to be all in, right?
Yeah.
I can't be here with like the top button unbuttoned and just a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to go all in. I'm all in on this one. So there we go. I'm
Did you
Brooklyn
turn my
hipster.
microphone down?
I felt like you were talking a little
He's
too
trying
much,
to
so we're
silence
just
me.
trying
He
to keep quiet.
He's always trying to silence me.
Trying to control me.
I will not be controlled.
I will
can't
not be
be
silenced. I knew it was happening. Ladies, I hate to break it to all three of you. No one is silencing you.
You don't need to break anything to us. We know this.
We knew.
So before we dive into this creator series, what are we talking about? Let's talk
Well,
about.
I think we need to introduce ourselves for those of you who don't know me.
Okay.
My name's Alissa.
My name's Alissa, and I was friends
am
with
the
the
bride.
with the
That's
bride
right.
since we were 4 years old. And I'm just going to tell a funny story that no one knows about, and it's
a
like an
total
inside joke.
But we're gonna get it, and it's hilarious.
Hilarious. Every wedding speech out there.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know me,
And every wedding photographer just cringed
yeah,
to the bones.
along with everybody clap your hands.
Hang on, it's what you do
Yeah.
when those
Yeah.
words are said.
Yeah.
You clap.
Yeah.
Even when you're mocking it.
Yeah, you
still
have to do it.
Yeah,
Again, full commit.
absolutely.
Okay.
And scene.
Yeah, end scene. I think in breaking news, we should talk a little bit about, we all have hobbies outside of work. I don't really condone it. You should work all the time. But
Says the person with the most time-consuming hobby
Right?
of all. It's consuming your life. This is an intervention.
I feel
You're a
like
golf
this is,
guy now.
Yeah, this is what you're getting at, right? When it comes to hobbies, you're about to talk about you and your hobby, correct?
I was not going to talk about my hobby. I was going to talk about the avid chess player that
Oh.
Alicia is. I was not going to
I
talk.
did not see that one coming.
You
Okay.
guys don't know me. I got a lot of layers. I'm like an
Should
onion.
we talk about Alicia beating Sal?
In 8 moves, guys. It happened.
Did
A
that really
royal
happen?
ass
8
kicking.
moves?
A royal ass kicking.
8 moves?
Yeah.
It was 8 moves.
I don't remember it that way. I think I blacked out.
Yeah.
Maybe my computer went down.
Hang on. The best part was I was in the room with you while you were playing it,
Yeah.
and I'm messaging Alicia like, dude, the comments right now, like Sal's reactions are the best.
So you two were trash talking me.
No, I was like, is he going to play with me
No, she
anymore?
thought she ruined everything. She's
No,
like,
I don't
he
care.
hates it.
Alicia, just so you know, I'm not going to rest till I fucking destroy you. Okay?
Well, that's never going to happen, so we're going to be playing a lot of chess games.
I laughed so hard my headphones flew off.
No, that was you're a very good chess player. When did you get into it?
I think last winter, like last January, February.
COVID effect.
Yep, COVID, Queen's Gambit.
Yeah. Oh, that was it. Queen's Gambit did it for you.
Yeah,
You're like, I'm her.
I'm Beth Harmon.
I love chess, but clearly I'm not very good at it. If I got
Not
beat,
yet.
Not yet. I will get better. I'm committing to that.
Practice.
Yeah. So what
I
do
will
you,
say
Ellie?
there's been nothing that you've committed to that you haven't gotten insanely good at.
Yeah,
Facts.
that is true.
It's
Thank
just
you.
not fair.
It's
Thank
just
you.
a matter of time for me.
I appreciate all the accolades. Bring them, please. Ellie, who's panicking right now because she's like, "What do I say?
What do I enjoy?
What do I enjoy? What do I enjoy? What's my hobby? I don't know. Giggling. What?
I like to draw.
Yeah, you are
I
actually
like
a
to
very good
You've got
illustrator.
your iPad?
Yeah,
your-
yeah.
the
I like to do
Procreate?
digital illustrations. Is my main thing. Like to play with painting and fun stuff like that.
And you're actually really good at it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Tip my hat.
Yeah.
You need to start posting
I'll give you
them
my
on
hat. You can
Instagram
tip it.
again.
Yeah, I know.
I know you were for a while.
daily
They're
doodles,
so good.
yeah.
Daily doodles lasted
Yep.
a week.
Yeah, it did.
Daily
Maybe-
Doodles?
Yeah.
Is that the name of it?
No,
Yeah,
Sal,
I did it.
hang on. Sal didn't follow Ellie on Instagram until like a week ago.
This
I
is not
just
the
now
place to
made
air
it,
that
guys.
kind of dirty laundry.
Yeah.
I didn't
She's
even
worked
know
here
I
4
wasn't
years.
following her. I tag her.
I mean, he still calls it
everything.
the gram, so
Yeah.
please
Oh.
give him some
Learning.
slack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll get there.
man.
He probably doesn't even know how to get to her profile.
Oh
No.
my goodness.
Hey, Ellie, how do I get to your profile?
Oh my god. This is so bad.
You thought we were talking about hobbies.
Right.
Yeah, no.
It's just
Your
trash talk,
hobby
Sal.
is trash talking me. Alyssa, your hobby.
Just being your cheerleader.
No, that's just not true. Come on, you're
don't
like
have
you are
hobbies. I
feel like
you
you
are
enjoy
so
working out,
full
right?
of crap.
Yeah.
You are like a Peloton.
Oh, yes.
Beast.
Peloton. I love Peloton.
Now-
oh,
She's
me
a
and
beast.
Leroy are like Peloton
Offline, you and
Frenemies?
Leroy going at it on
frenemies.
Peloton,
No. We're inspiring each other.
inspiring each other.
Yeah.
That sounds boring. So
No, we're challenging each
actually,
other.
I want you guys. I don't know how many of you ride Peloton or anything like that. I want to share our story on how you got into Peloton.
Oh, this is so good. I need you to tell the story, and I'm gonna interrupt
You jump in and just interrupt.
That's
I
what we
love,
do.
I love that. That's
Yes.
what we do. So we're in Boston. It's several years ago. It's before the pandemic, and all the Peloton commercials were coming on, and everybody was getting into it. And we stayed at a Westin hotel that had 2 Peloton bikes
In their gym.
In their gym, in their public gym.
Public gym.
Yes, she's making a point of that. But so me and her go in, and we got our headphones in. We get on the bikes. We take this.
It was a 20-minute beginner intro ride.
20-minute ride, and
Supposed to be easy.
so we get on. We start riding. We're dying because we're out of shape.
I was real big.
Yeah, but we're out of we're out of shape. We're riding, and then all of a sudden, the side screen slides out, and
For
it's
those
like
of you who Peloton, that's called the leaderboard.
yeah, the leaderboard. I didn't know what it was called. I don't Peloton. The leaderboard slides out, and it's like you are 89,000 out of 92,000 people. I was like, I look over to Alyssa.
Game time.
Yeah,
It's a competition.
We had no idea what Peloton was going into it. We were just like, oh, these bikes. Let's try it.
yeah. We saw the screens and
Yeah,
all that
we
other
knew
stuff.
like people were
But it
Pelotoning.
slides out. I'm like 89,000 out of 92,000. I'm not exaggerating the number. That's how many had taken the class, and that's where we were. I may have even been worse, like 91,000
I think
out
you were
of
worse.
92,000. Thank you. And so I'm like, Alyssa. Go ahead.
Okay, we have headphones in. So he's like screaming at me, but we have headphones in and we're in a public gym and there are people in there. And he's like, Alyssa, we can compete. Mind you, I'm so heavy at this point in my life. You have these ups and downs. Like you stand up out of the bike and then you sit back down and you stand up and you sit back down. I couldn't even stand up. Like my legs would have given out. I was so out of shape. It was really embarrassing. And I'm dying. And he's like, we can compete. And I was like, I just want to live. That's all I want.
And so I was like, no, oh hell no, I'm not gonna be 89,000. That's not gonna
I didn't
fly.
care about competing.
Yeah, and dude, I was just off to the races, and this is God's honest true story. I still have a picture of the screen.
Hang on a second. So when you do like a 5-minute warm up and then you have 14 minutes to ride and then you have a 1-minute cool down. And the cool down is very specific. Like you're supposed to take off all the resistance and just chill. This guy
Oh.
amps up the resistance and the cadence and he crushes it. Now you can finish.
I finished 110 out of 92,000 riders.
He's not lying.
And you
That
started
was his-
from the bottom.
Yes.
I started.
Now-
Yeah.
Now you hear.
You're right. And that is how we got addicted to Peloton. But the funniest part, after that, we were like, we're buying a Peloton, and it was a Black Friday sale, and we bought it, and then it sat in our house for 2.5 years
I
before he
remember
set it up.
this.
There's no point to the rest of this story.
I could have been skinnier a lot sooner.
Oh,
That's all I'm saying.
it's my fault. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say how you bought it and then never used it
Yeah, that is true.
until
But he still
one
doesn't.
day.
No,
You
I'm
still
not.
don't use it.
I'm not. I don't.
So
I've got
whose
so
idea
much.
was it to set it up finally?
He did it as a surprise for me. I went to Kansas City with
Aw.
Mama C, and it was a surprise when I got home.
That's
He
cool.
does nice things sometimes.
Yeah.
You're a nice guy once in a while. Don't let that rumor get out. Let's cut that. Everybody thinks
He
I'm a
didn't
prick.
set it up. He made me set it up,
Yeah.
and he watched me.
And I
he,
watched
he
her.
yelled orders at me as
While
I set it up.
While I was picking my belly button.
Ew.
Get in there real nice and deep like.
Ew.
That's disgusting.
Do it. Tighten them screws. Tighter. Ain't going tight enough. You're going to
Use
fall
the-
off. Them pedals
use
going to
the
fall
Allen
off.
wrench.
Yeah, use an Allen key.
And that's when everybody stopped watching the podcast.
That's right. We'll see the views drop off right there.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah. Exactly.
My uncle's a redneck, picks his belly button. I don't like his tone. All right, episode 4. Sorry.
Reflections.
Episode 4, Reflections. Good episode.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody
This is-
watching at home.
This is my favorite episode so far.
What? Let us know in the comments. Who'd you guys think the? What was your favorite image? I guess,
Yeah.
even though maybe not the winner, maybe it is the winner. I don't know. But what was your favorite image? I actually, if you watch the episode, it got a little heated. I don't know how much of that really made it to final, but we were arguing about the winning image for quite a while. The judges.
That
to
was
get there.
a very heated deliberation and intentionally kept in so that I think the audience needed to hear that debate because it was a very
No,
valid argument.
I think it's important. Both
I
sides.
think the argument that somebody got robbed might finally be valid,
Yeah.
100%.
Every episode, somebody got robbed.
but this time it's true.
Yeah, so you want to go through the images? First of all, red dress.
Yeah, the styling of
Yeah.
this shoot. So Kaylin, the model, she flew in from where? I don't know. Call it Chicago.
Yeah.
I know she flew
no,
in.
it was
she-
like the Pacific Northwest, right?
Oh, that's
yeah,
right. Yeah,
she's
she's not
Oregon
local.
or Seattle
Yeah.
So
or
she
something?
flew in.
Chicago or Pacific Northwest.
You know, they're
They're
She,
close.
similar.
she
Yeah, they're
traveled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Point is, she's a Shutterfest model, and she
Yes.
was really excited for this
Very
opportunity.
talented.
She walks in, she is just as skinny as you can be, and I was like, she's getting in the red dress.
Yeah.
This red dress is made for stick figures.
Yeah.
And she rocked it.
She
Like the
knocked it
first
out
person
out
to
of the park.
truly rock that dress. I
Yeah,
think.
that's true. We've had other models in that dress. She nailed it. But
She
now,
had good
you know,
energy, too.
every Shutterfest model is going to be like, I want the red dress.
Goals.
Yeah, goals. So let's go through real quick. What was your favorite?
Jess.
Jess Hess's?
Jess all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, Brody. Brody's image
Brody's
was the
image.
one that really stood out to me. He had a lot. He shot through flowers, and he did it correctly. I liked the combination of the warm tones on top with the blue tones in the
Yeah.
reflection. I thought he had really good color balance. I thought her expression fit the scene. Her hands were just beautiful. I was really impressed with his.
There were a lot of, I think as you went through the other challenges, there was a clear winner, and I don't think in this challenge there
No,
was.
this one was tough.
These guys,
They stepped up their game.
they did.
Especially after the last episode, like I feel like everybody after composition was feeling like, okay, it's time.
Took it too safe. Now
Time
let's
to
let's
step
get out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's time to start checking my exposure.
They did. They got better and they got stronger. And I think everyone presented a really strong image. And you're seeing how they are maturing as artists, as photographers, from episode to episode.
As much as I hate to say this because I love you, Lisa, but I think that was why Lisa's image was such an obvious not winner because she was the only one who did not get out of her beauty comfort zone.
Well, we can jump into the Leroy's image, who
Yeah.
won the challenge, obviously, and talk about Lisa going home. I think as a judge, I think one of the things that crippled Lisa, handcuffed Lisa, however you want to phrase it, was it was basically a reluctance to get out of her comfort zone.
Right.
She stayed in her element.
She stayed in her element, and she came up with a reflection, but it was a reflection of herself, and and hey, when it's open guidelines, when you just say reflections and it's open interpretation, she technically
She did.
delivered a reflection, but when you compare it to all the other images that were presented, it just wasn't there. And so I think it was a combination of her not getting out of her comfort zone, which she had been advised that multiple times as we were going through earlier challenges. She stayed in that comfort zone. So it's still a beautiful image, but it just was not at the level of the other creators.
The creativity was lacking.
Yeah.
Impact.
Yes.
It just wasn't there. But
So
what was
sorry.
your, hold
yeah,
on.
I was going to say, what was your
Yeah,
favorite?
what was your
image?
favorite?
Jess all day.
Jess.
All day.
Well, you guys all
We're
watched.
big Jess fan girls over here.
I
I am.
Love you,
I'm not
Jess.
ashamed.
I think you all know, you watched the episode. I think Jess should have been the winner. I do feel like that was a miss. I don't know if I should have fought harder for it, but, you
So
know.
how was that to not win that debate?
Hey, I don't always have to win, Ellie. You know, I'm surrounded by two strong women in Loretta and Vanessa, and I wasn't bullied. They were making strong arguments, and I think sometimes when you're being
Different
a judge, you
opinions.
have to listen to different opinions. And you know, I heard everything they were saying. I still hear everything they were saying. Leroy had great impact, right? Level of difficulty.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
difficult.
From Leroy's,
Yes. And
is through the roof. What he did, I watched him do it. I was there.
he didn't have a tripod, so he had to makeshift a tripod.
Right.
He used apple crates and bar stools and yeah,
Very impressive.
not
Leroy, I am not robbing from you. Congratulations on that win. But
Details.
the details. The devil is in the details. There's a freaking closet behind her.
lines cutting through her body.
Yeah, it just, that killed it for me. But, you know, in the end, Leroy got the nod, not Jess. It would have been nice for Jess to get the nod, but at the end of the day, both of them moved on to the next round, and that's what matters.
What's interesting is Lisa went home because of lack of impact, and Leroy won because of impact.
Yeah.
This is a cool polar.
It really goes to
polarizing-
show you how much can be overlooked if there's impact.
Absolutely.
That is 100%. I'm any judge from an image competition, any trained judge, like I was trained via the PPA. So I went to PPA judging school, and one of the things that we really focus on are the elements of a image comp print. And when you go through the elements, impact is a big one. And that's what's going to win you over. So it is very true. Any competition you go to, if there's an image that has impact, but now you start, you know, peeling it back and you see the imperfections in the image, they tend to get overlooked a little bit more than if it were just basically an average image. An average image,
Absolutely.
they start nitpicking on everything. And so that is par for the course for everybody watching. Get the golf pun. Par for the course.
Yeah,
Anybody?
The golf guy.
Oh, that was good.
Really?
We all
what
laugh.
you did there.
So I think, you know, it was fun. It was a heated debate with, you know, Vanessa and Loretta, and it was everybody had a good, you know, good perspective, good opinion. It's good to hear from the judges and where their mindset was. But it was this was a tough one. This whole episode for me was tough.
I do love how Loretta brings such a unique perspective because I feel like
Yeah.
you and Vanessa Joy are from the same wedding portrait world, so you guys can get closer on your opinions. But then Loretta's in this beauty fashion world
And
where you're
social
you're
media is
encouraged
different.
to break the rules. You're encouraged to
Yeah.
do weird shit.
That's a fair statement. I will say,
So because she was always on the side of like, if it's funky, if it's different, I love it.
right, and that is one of the things I do love about Loretta. The very first time I met with Loretta, I hit it off with her, and because I think she's funny and she doesn't even know she's fucking funny.
She's the funniest when she's not.
she
when
doesn't
has
even
no
realize how
idea.
funny she is.
Yeah.
So, but one of the things I do, to your point, Alicia, love about Loretta is, this is going to sound so bad. There's a lot of people who call themselves fashion photographers. I'm sorry, just because you go shoot a model outside, you are not, in fact, a fashion photographer. Loretta is actually a real fashion photographer who makes real money. Working fashion photographer, real money, real budgets, real clients. So to your point, Alicia, that is one of the things I love about having Loretta there. I don't always agree with her opinion, and that's okay. But I love having her there because she does bring that real world perspective to the table. And I love debating her on it. I love the difference of opinion. And I think that's what makes for good judging.
Yeah.
Hey, so we kind of jumped right into this episode talking about our hobbies, but we didn't really say who we are, and we didn't talk about our drinks, and we didn't.
We didn't cheers.
So we didn't
Did-
cheers. So do we have to?
Do we have to start over?
No, I hope not.
Scrap the whole thing.
We're We're gonna retake it.
No, we can just start here.
Do we Jen Psaki circle back?
Let's circle back
Let's
and
circle
let's
back.
just say our names
I don't
and
know
your
what
drink.
that is.
You don't know Jen Psaki?
Jen Psaki, White House press secretary. She's no
What?
longer here, but every time you ask her a question, she'd be like, "I'm gonna circle back."
Let's
on
circle back.
That. Let's circle back on that.
That's
So next time you ask me for a raise, I'm gonna be like, "Let's circle back." on
Circle back to last year.
that. Ellie, you want a raise? Let's circle back. Let's do that.
No, but for real, just say your name and
All
your
right.
drink.
Name. I'm gonna start. You guys always start over there. We're gonna start over here on this side of the
Somebody's
table. All right?
butthurt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's our
We're
turn.
starting off with the White Girl White Claw, and my name is Ellie. I
Wow.
love how the people that are not as noticeable don't say their last names, because you're like Sal Cincotta, Alissa Cincotta. We just say Ellie and Alicia.
No,
Our
it's
last
just like
names
you
don't
say-
matter.
You guys
You're
know.
saying your name. You must say the full
It's like
name.
Fergie. I'm just
Yeah.
Ellie, you know?
Oh.
Just Ellie.
We
That's
only
one of
need
the other
one name.
personalities.
Yeah.
Yes. Ellie has many personalities.
Ellie does have many personalities.
We're gonna end with
there's,
just Ellie.
There's
like just
Ellie. Ellie is very introverted, very shy. Is that fair? Both the girls are.
We both have
Now-
alter egos.
You both have
Yeah,
alter
exactly.
egos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellie's alter ego. You have one. It's
I have one.
Felicia.
Yes.
When she gets feisty, it's Felicia.
All
But
day long.
Ellie there's Tan Ellie. There's
Redneck Ellie now.
Redneck
Yeah.
Ellie now.
Yep. What was the
Vegas
other one?
Ellie.
Vegas Ellie.
What was the one we came up with the other day? It was like CCLE. What did that stand for? Do you remember this?
I don't.
Oh man, we were
There's just too many
It was
personalities.
good too.
Yeah.
How many Ellies?
Maybe
do
I
we
should go to
need?
the doctor.
They have medicine for that.
Mechanic Ellie.
And now there's just Ellie.
Right.
Now there's just
Yeah.
Ellie.
I like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever.
But
I'm just
simple.
I'm just Sal. I am drinking. Did you? Oh, you told us what you're drinking. I am drinking a Heineken today because I am Brooklyn, New York, representing hipster Sal.
Well, I'm just normal Alyssa today, drinking red wine.
Well, congratulations
Compliment.
on
She spiced it
on
up.
changing up.
Hang on.
And drinking something a little
this is
different.
Compliments of Heather Barnhill. This is sexual chocolate red wine.
Ooh.
The
Sexual.
last bottle.
Can we all
Cheers
just
to
say
you, Heather.
sexual at the same time?
1, 2, 3.
Sexual. Okay. If you ever wanted to know what it was worth,
You gotta keep it going.
if you ever wondered what it was like to work here, you just found out. This nonsense goes on most of every day.
It's normal.
All right. Felicia.
I'm Felicia, and I still have an angry orchard.
Her cider is still hard.
Yes. Rock hard cider with Felicia.
I don't know why we had to go to rock hard, but here
Hard
we
cider
are.
too. Harder.
Yes.
Even harder.
Harder than before. Okay.
Okay, now
Can we get back to the episode?
Episode 4,
Okay.
Reflections.
Where were we?
We've talked about everybody's favorite.
Oh, I do want to talk about how we are on now episode 4, and the creators are still not using the space. Oh my gosh.
Reflections.
This
we were
space,
like,
there were literal
waiting for-
mirrors
Should we talk-
Reflections everywhere.
Should we talk about how Bethany kind of took that from him in the first challenge?
Because
Oh,
she shot
she
in the
stole the
shot in the
yeah,
car.
because
Oh,
everyone could
yeah.
have
Well,
Yep.
so let's talk about that. Just so you guys watching know, the creators did not know the challenges ahead of time. They found out that morning, maybe 10 minutes before we went live, or before we started filming, I should say. So it's not like they had all week to figure out what they were going to do. So they had no idea. So Bethany, to your point, she shot the what
Composition.
Yeah.
that was for
Yeah.
composition
Yeah.
episode.
Episode 3.
3.
Yeah, she
So just the
stole.
last episode.
And
Yeah.
you told everybody, like, you guys.
Yeah, they
unless
can't go
you're
back
gonna
to the car.
You're
Yeah,
right.
unless you're going to completely
Yeah.
one up her.
and they stayed away from the car, which I believe was the smartest thing.
Oh, yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say if anybody shot in the car, they would have gone home because they would not have been able to outdo her picture.
I disagree.
You really?
Totally disagree.
I don't know.
There was a shot that I wish somebody would have taken the whole time, and nobody did in the car.
What's the shot Alyssa would get?
The one that Loretta called out too with Bethany in
No.
episode 3,
No way.
showing more of the car, more of the scene,
No way.
and her actually doing something
I would've-
in it.
I
In the
would've-
reflection of the rear view mirror, like get the
Maybe-
photographer sitting in the back seat, and the shot is no
No. Here's why. I'm not saying that's not a good shot.
shot in the
That's-
rear view mirror,
that-
not the side mirror.
I know. I'm not saying it's not a good shot. I'm saying that if somebody had done that and not superseded her image, they would have gone home.
And that's the risk. Like you would have
I
had to
would've
know
been-
exactly how to get your lights right. You would've-
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been willing to take. If I were a creator on that episode, I'd have been like, I'm staying the fuck away from that car.
Touche.
Yeah. No, I think they did the right thing.
I
So
wanted somebody to go to the mirror on the floor.
The mirror on the
It's
floor.
Mirror on the
Me
floor,
too.
and it's surrounded by this like.
is there any footage of
There,
that?
I have footage of it from from episode 3 when Leroy was laying on the floor shooting that with
Are you
that
gonna pop it up-
7200. Yeah,
pop it
I'll-
up
I'll
here?
throw it.
So
It's hard to tell
Like-
in that it's like a diamond shape,
So
but
like
that's
you
a
put
mirror.
her at the tip of the diamond and have her like touching the mirror,
Right,
Or
and
something.
you
Pour
lay on the
some
ground with
water
her.
on the mirror. That would have
You
been
don't even
a
need water.
badass
so many
shot.
so many
Yeah.
options. So many options.
Or there was a mirror right next to that on the wall that had like a
Exactly.
cool little flower
Yep.
vase. Nobody.
There was reflections.
They were like, we're too cool for mirrors.
Yeah.
Mirrors
Counting.
are too
Yeah.
pedestrian.
No, but I think that's why I like Brody's so much is because
That was glass.
It was, but he forced us to clear all of the props
yeah.
off of it. He made
Yeah.
you Windex the table. Like,
I did. I
are you?
indexed it. I got, ladies, I'm domesticated. I'm just saying.
No, he is. He's not lying. I'm not even going to act like that's
Yeah.
not
What
true.
are you talking about?
It's true. Okay.
That's kudos to Mama C.
Yeah, she
Last
done,
episode
she
I-
done good.
Last episode, I roasted my mom. Jamie. But this episode, kudos to Mama C.
So to that point,
Is Sal Cincotta up to the challenge?
I don't know. Is he?
I don't know. We could do that. I think it'd be fun. Go back and
Yeah.
shoot the space. I
We're
thought, that,
definitely going back to shoot.
yeah,
Is
we
it
can
in-
create some YouTube content.
Yeah.
Like, follow, subscribe, comment below.
Hint, hint.
Ding,
Ding.
ding,
No, it's a flick.
ding.
You're just doing this, like a flick. Look.
I'm sprinkling it. I want ding,
Just
ding, ding, ding,
sprinkle the flick.
ding, ding, ding,
Oh, you're.
ding, ding, ding,
It's
ding.
this, man.
Does the
Haven't you
middle
ever been
finger have more
flicked?
power?
Yeah, it's longer finger.
Better flick.
The
better
middle
flick.
finger definitely has
That's
more
what
power.
she said.
Yep.
Ladies, what are we talking
Cheers.
about? Concerned for all three of you.
Why would you be concerned?
You started it off saying we were all more perverted than you
You
were.
actually are. But we just need to be clear. It's not the length of the finger that matters. It's what you do with it. You know?
The motion of the ocean.
I like that she got up in the mic. The motion of the ocean.
This was Ellie speaking.
Oh.
Or was it Vegas Ellie? We don't know.
We'll never know.
They're very similar.
They're related.
So, do you want to? What do you want to jump to? Do you want to talk about Leroy spilling water on the floor?
Yeah, so he had a backup shot after he got the long exposure. I was surprised he still had time left over. So he runs out to where the gear table and all the cameras are set up, and he's like moving so fast, and he just spills a whole
Oh, that's right.
bottles of water on
That's
the
right.
floor
Elevator
because
So-
he wanted to get the reflection of the water.
And
on
it
the
was
floor.
right near the electrical box with
Hang
all
on.
our gear.
Hang on.
Yeah.
You guys were not out there in the morning before we started filming. He's like, "Hey, I have this idea." Like right after you leaked the topic, he's like, "I have this idea for the reflections. I'm going to pour water all over the floor. Is that cool?" And I was like, "No." And then he went out there and he did it.
Well, he didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident.
No, he intentionally took a water bottle
No.
and poured water
Oh, that's
everywhere.
right. That's
To
right.
pour
And
the
it started.
water.
It
That
started
was not an
leaking
accident.
back.
Yeah, it started to
He didn't
like,
know
Sorry.
the floor was going to slant like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started going towards those wires, and we
Yeah.
had to just
It was.
stop.
It was
This
panic
was
mode.
straight up my face when that water was happening. I look at Sal and I was like,
Your life flashed before your eyes.
I said no.
No. That look from
10 minutes
Alyssa.
changes
That
you.
look from Alyssa was like, did this motherfucker?
Leroy's lucky he won. I'm just
Right.
saying.
She didn't even. Say, she didn't have to say a word. That's her look, man. When she's like, did this motherfucker?
So true.
That's. I know what she's thinking and saying without a
You
word
don't
coming
even
out
need
of
the
her mouth.
head tilt most of the time. It's mostly just like,
All right.
You
So,
hang on. Didn't he like slide and almost like pull his groin?
Oh.
I
really?
don't know. I don't
No, he
remember
had a
this.
Charlie horse or
It was a
something.
Charlie horse,
Yeah.
yes, when he was on the ground, he
he
got
was
a
like
Charlie horse.
stretching in the
Yeah.
waiting room.
What
thought
is
it
this
was while
like?
he was on the
Leroy's got
ground.
physical ailments now. Like,
Yes.
oh, you know, he watches this. He's in the gym. He's watching it with his buddies at the gym,
I
and
know.
now they're all making fun
Maybe
of him.
he's not as in shape as he thinks he
Yeah.
is.
Maybe
If you're at
he's
the gym
losing
with
at
Leroy
Peloton.
watching tonight,
Oh,
your,
called out.
your boy's getting Charlie horses all the time.
Got to eat more bananas.
Yeah,
Get that
He
potassium.
did
Yeah.
bring bananas.
he did
He did.
It was his breakfast the next morning.
because he was cramping.
Yeah, exactly.
He
Yep.
was like, I gotta get some potassium. Okay, poor Leroy. We're
I
making
know.
fun of
Sorry,
him.
Leroy.
Yeah.
Go
Can
back.
we-
Let's go back to Jess.
Yeah. Okay. So her original concept, like when she did her little interview, her main concept was she wanted this like Western vibe where the model was up at the bar, kind of like waiting for a date, and she had this whole thing where she was going to throw teal gel behind the model. I was super stoked for this one, and that's not the one she chose. She ended up choosing her final shot in the bathroom.
It's
cool.
it's the same thing on repeat. They take these shots. And then, but I mean, it's hard.
But did you see the straight out of camera? Did she pick the right one?
100%.
Yeah, the
I was
image
gonna
she,
say because she
Yeah.
tried to use the
Yeah, she
counter
poured
because
water on
it's
the
so
counter.
hard to get that reflection.
Yep.
I can only imagine.
That was 2 people who poured water on a surface thinking they were going to get a reflection out of water, and it
So
did not
I
work
think
out.
the moral of the story is water
Don't use
has
water.
no
unless it's a natural puddle, then that works.
Yeah,
But creating your own.
well, yeah. And at the end of the day, I love Jess's image. I think so far,
Yeah.
I would have to say for me, Jess's image is my favorite throughout the competition.
So
we're
did
at
Jess
episode
get
4.
robbed?
I think she should have won. But I thought it then. I said it then. And so I stand by what I said.
It's a beautiful image.
I said what I said.
Said what I said.
Fight me.
Yeah. You don't believe me? Fight me. All right.
Let's talk about Bethany. Bethany's had a lot of wins, actually, probably the most out of anybody so far. So her image, she had a similar concept
true? How many
as
has she
Jess.
won? How many has
2.
she
She won 2.
2 so far?
Yeah. So Bethany had a similar concept to Jess.
Competition's rigged. Anyway, go for it.
Are you like, I should have won?
I should have. Then
How did I not
This
win?
is
I
my
didn't even take
company.
a
How
How
picture.
did I
should've
not win
won.
again?
Sal got robbed.
Let's not go down. Team South.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Anyway, Bethany had a similar concept to Jess, where they had the model's face up against a reflection. Only Bethany used the shower,
yeah.
and she had Ellie throwing the flash into the camera lens
Yeah.
to create that
Yeah.
effect that she learned from Vanessa
Yeah.
on Glitch.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't come to fruition on the second challenge, but did on this one.
Yeah. Where are you going with this?
What were your thoughts on her image?
She had an eye that wasn't in focus. I mean, and that's always going to be a problem. Anytime you have a head tilted, one way or another, that lead eye typically has to be in focus. The eye closest to camera, and this is again when you're rushing and you're under pressure. 10 minutes. Who knows? She could have probably had a shot in that she took that the eye was in focus.
She did.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
just bad decision
She
making.
didn't realize it until she had done the work, enough work on it that she couldn't go
Yeah.
backwards.
So really, the problem is not that she caught a blurry eye. We all do it. It's that as she's editing it, she's not even looking.
It was too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too late for what? When you're culling, you're like,
I think
blurry eye.
she was probably looking at like expression and the light firing
There's so
properly.
many things to
yeah.
look at, and you're like, I only have 30 minutes. So.
Right.
And it was like subtle enough that it wasn't like, oh, that's a blurry eye.
Yeah. Now when you're looking at it on a computer
That's the
monitor, you
difference.
can zoom in.
These guys are looking at it at
The
their
grid
images
of
on
images.
a MacBook.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, though. So you think, impact is less valuable than the technical part of the image?
I don't think she had.
I
a
don't think
ton
she
of
had impact on that particular
Well, because
image.
Lisa's image went home. I'm just comparably. You think?
I think Bethany's had more impact than Lisa's to me.
Lisa's, you had to hunt for the reflection.
Right.
Bethany's was obvious. Neither one
My
of them
eye
to me had
on-
impact.
I guess that's fair to
On
the
Lisa's,
challenge.
my
yeah.
eye went straight to her lips because they were bright red, and it was a high key shot, and they never left her lips.
Right.
So I never made it to her eye.
Right. You had to hunt for the reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
It's
a
like
good-
you guys were saying, she should have cropped in if that's where the eye is supposed
Right.
to go.
Well, and she did crop, but she didn't do a committed crop. So you were saying if you're going to crop to a half face, you have to crop symmetrically down the nose, and
Yeah.
she wasn't symmetric.
Yeah,
in
there
the
were,
crop.
there were a lot of issues with that particular
I
image.
also-
Among one of them just being no impact.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once
That was the biggest one.
to the point. Once you're missing impact, now you start
Yeah.
digging in on that image.
With the
and you're-
impact of all other 4,
Right.
how much they all stepped up compared to. Yeah.
Agreed.
What were you going to say?
Bethany has done some unique crops. Like she took
Yeah.
first episode Vanessa's feedback to heart. She's done like
She
2
did the
panos.
pano, yeah.
Her crops were not out of camera for everyone.
No, and photographers don't realize that. Like you have so many tools at your disposal. Like you've got lighting, you've got posing, you've got your focal length on your camera. It goes on and on. There's a ton of things you have, but the way you crop can also change how you're leading the viewer through an image. Yeah. And I think that's probably, of just in photography in general, that's probably one of the most underutilized tools that we have and that people don't use enough of. They either see it like square crop Instagram, or maybe some of them will thin it out a little bit, but there's a lot of cool things you can do just by cropping an image.
This is so off topic, not off topic, but bringing someone random into this conversation. Somebody who's really good at these unique crops is JB Salee. That was somebody in the print comp that we always look to for inspiration in these crazy crops, like super long, narrow crops.
Yeah, long and skinny to really drive you through an image. Yeah, JB Salee, for those of you who don't know him, he's an incredible artist, photographer. He and his wife, both incredibly talented photographers, and that's one of his marquee things is the way he uses cropping of an image. So it really kind of hones you in on what you're looking at first. When you're this wide,
there's so much happening.
It's a lot happening. So he really drives you in with the crop to what you should see.
Yep, he's mastered that art for sure.
He's really good at it.
So, is it time to?
I think it's time to leak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pre-leak.
Pre-leak?
No pre-leaks this time.
This is finally a proper leak.
Oh, love it.
As the Brits would say,
We
a
nailed
proper
Are we ready to have a proper leak?
leak.
Yeah.
It's like a proper storm.
Yeah,
Do you
proper.
remember that when we were in London and it was raining and it was the cutest thing in the world when they kept saying it was a proper storm? Like it was raining just hard enough. It was proper.
Yeah, a little proper storm.
What is next week?
Challenge 5.
Do you know? Stop making a squirm like ants under.
I don't know.
You don't know? So we can't even properly leak the proper leak.
How many people are left?
Hang on. It'll come to me. I had too much sexual chocolate. I don't remember. Oh, shit. I think Sal needs to leak this one. He hasn't leaked.
Yeah.
And this is a proper leak, so Sal should be the proper leaker.
I love properly
Leak it right.
leaking. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I love when
like,
Ellie.
"Leak it right."
I love when Ellie cracks herself up. Like,
I'm the
that's
funniest
best.
person here, guys. I'm just
So underappreciated, Ellie.
Nobody
Um,
gets my
understand.
humor.
I know.
Yeah. It is, next week is the One Light Challenge, and that excites me because I love using off-camera flash and being forced to use one light, and they can do whatever they want with that. So now they've got to take composition and reflections and everything they've been learning and doing, use one light, and bring their image to fruition. So it should be a very interesting episode.
It's a
4
topic.
people left.
Yeah, it's
We're
a topic
getting
to get like
down.
easy, or it's a topic easy to get boring with. So I'm excited to see how they
Step outside the box.
make
Yes.
it unique.
Is it 4 or 5 people left?
This one was 5, so now there will be 4 in the One Light Challenge.
Oh.
The one. So to me, when I hear one light, I just instantly go to like beauty portraits, soft light beauty portraits. So I'm excited.
I don't know. That I wouldn't go there. I'd go with hard light.
Really?
Yeah. Do some cool stuff.
don't spoil
You
things.
guys, you guys complete each other.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do all the challenges Cincotta versus Cincotta.
Oh, yeah, Cincotta.
Really?
Yeah. We should go back to this place.
Go
and
back to
do
this place.
all 10 challenges.
Cincotta versus
That
Cincotta.
would be pretty
What do you
cool.
guys think? You like
Put in
that
the
idea?
comments. Let
Put
us
in the
know.
comments, like,
Tell
comment,
us.
subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe.
Comment.
Like
Smash
subscribe.
that like button.
Like
Yeah,
it.
smash it, punch
Do
it, grind it. I don't know why I said that, but let's wrap it up. We're out of here. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.